What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Okay, so yesterday on the way home from work, I get a notification on my phone and I check it out, and it was someone who I subscribe to on YouTube uploaded a video, and it was about a few people that were recently deplatformed off of YouTube. One of them was Stefan, one was Richard Spencer, one was Jared Taylor, and the fourth one I'm not familiar with. I don't recall the name, so I'm just going to leave them out for now. Now, Spencer and Taylor, I'm familiar with them. I've seen some of their content. I'm not a fan of theirs. I typically just keep scrolling. I've watched enough of them to get an idea of who they are and what they stand for. I'm not a fan. I don't subscribe to them. I don't read their literature or watch any of their lectures. I would like to say that I stand for the First Amendment, for the right of free speech for everyone, not just for myself, but even for people who I don't agree with, people who I don't want to hear speak. I mean, it's very simple. If you don't like the song on the radio, you can just change the channel. Typically, I just keep scrolling if I don't like what you have to say. It really is that simple. We can have free speech. You just don't have to listen if you don't want to. That's how I typically deal with people I don't agree with or people I don't want to hear speak. Now, as far as Stefan Molyneux, I was subscribed to him. I've read one of his books. I've watched countless videos of his, countless minutes and hours of his content. I did enjoy watching his show. A lot of his videos that he's made, I've enjoyed. I've watched his interviews and debating with different people on the show that he would have call in, and seen him, on other people's show before. I feel he brings something interesting to the table, another way of looking at things. I don't see what he did to violate the terms of service. You can't say that it was him promoting violence, because he would often cite that he follows the non-aggression principle and believes the government should not have a monopoly on force. He was against the use of force. He never promoted violence. I cannot see why they would eliminate him, although they'll probably just claim it was he broke hate speech laws or something. Hate speech laws is funny. Hate speech in general is funny because they still can't define exactly what hate speech is. And if you watch Stefan Molyneux's videos, I don't think you'll be able to define anything that he's ever said as hate speech. I believe he was deplatformed from YouTube because he's a dangerous person. He has the ability to influence a lot of people to take a philosophical look into this whole political and social realm that we're dealing with right now. He had a way of using logic and reason to unpack different ideas and to see things through a different lens, and that's what makes him very dangerous, because the lens will not be the leftist lens, and that's what the left does not like. They don't like any kind of opposing ideas or opposing figures of any kind. He grew too large, and they have to get rid of him somehow. He was on their radar. I mean, he has about close to 1 million subs. Who knows how many millions of views and how many times he was liked and shared, and how popular he became. Now, if you remember, about a year and a half ago, there was a New York Times article where a young man went down the rabbit hole of far-right extremism. I did a video on this, and on the cover of the New York Times was an image of different YouTubers that he was following, and one of them was Stefan Molyneux. So he was on, Molyneux was on their radar already, so they were already coming for him, and now it's time to destroy his livelihood, destroy him and his family, burn his house down, and kick his puppy. This is nothing short of digital book burning. This is exactly what it is. They are trying to silence people who have an opposing idea from the left. This is what they do. He was a very dangerous person. And they're going to continue to do this, and we're going to continue to let them, because of two principles that we have. One is morality and one is responsibility. We're not going to go out there looting and rioting and destroying statues and destroying property and demanding any kind of change for us, because we're moral people. We're also responsible people, and we're too busy working, earning a living, supporting our families and stuff of that nature. So we don't have the time nor the privilege, the liberal privilege of destroying stuff and rioting and looting and forcing people to tear down a mascot off of a pancake syrup bottle. We don't want this change. We don't mind things being left the way they are. We're not offended by any of this. We're too busy with other things in life to worry about the character on a stick of butter. I mean, this is just complete insanity to know that all of history and all of our current existence is being completely wiped out and changed on a whim because of the left, who just can't handle the simplest things. They can't handle a mascot. They can't handle a conversation. They can't handle a debate. They can't handle someone who who thinks different from them, who has a popular YouTube channel, who says things that they don't want to hear, so they want him gone, they want him shut down, they want statues and everything destroyed, all of history gone, wiped out, and they want to just rewrite a new history. I mean, this is just complete insanity, and we're going to continue to allow them to do this. Things will not get better. Things are going to get worse. We're going to get a new norm, and that norm is going to be constantly changing on some arbitrary whim of emotions from the left. Things will never change until we stop playing the same game they're playing. But again, we won't do that because of the two reasons that I've already detailed: morality and responsibilities. The two things we tend to stick to pretty hard. So yeah, things are going to get a lot worse, and it'll get better for the left. I guess maybe in theory it's going to get better for the left, but it never really does. I mean, they had the Chad zone, the Capitol Hill autonomous zone that was supposed to be their little enclave of utopia, and it didn't work out very well for them. They don't know what they're doing. They're useful idiots. They're going to tear down the system just for the few people on top that's running everything. But hey, this is the world that we live in today, between virus and rioting, the level of violence in all of these cities that are just exploding. New York City has been a shithole in the last couple of weeks, with 25% a rise in murder by 25%. The amount of shootings has been something like over 80 shootings in the last 9 days or something. Some ridiculous number I read in the paper. I couldn't even believe it. But this is what is going on now currently, and it seems like things are going to get a lot worse. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.